Hi, I'm Ashley Bullington, and you're watching The Warmup, presented by your local North Texas Geico agents and the Colony, Keller, Arlington, Plano, and Mesquite. Another great week of Texas high school football is coming at you this week as we are inching closer to 5 and 6A also playing on the gridiron. Here are this week's news and notes. 5 and 6A teams started practicing September 7th. They will be allowed to start playing games on September 24th and will have 11 weeks to complete 10 games. The UIL emailed superintendents across the state threatening sanctions if fans do not adhere to COVID-19 guidelines. They are all people in attendance must wear face coverings to protect your nose and mouth, except when a person is eating or drinking, has a medical condition that prevents them from wearing a covering, or is maintaining 6 feet social distancing. It's almost here. 5 and 6A squads are finally able to start practicing, and on September 24th, we will have them going head-to-head in Friday Night Lights. But we are in week 3 of Texas high school football and have some great games coming at you this week on Wingstop Inside High School Sports. Argyle goes to Salina this week. The Eagles took over the number 1 spot in 4A after their 56-9 win against Decatur in week 1, and had another big win versus Pleasant Grove last week, 52-41. They haven't missed a beat from their 2019 season. Salina, on the other hand, has started off a little rough, losing their first 2 games to Melissa and Paris. They are hoping to turn things around against Argyle, but will have a tough task ahead. But with home field advantage, they may be able to pull it out. Number 2, Kennedale opens the season with Sunnyvale coming to town. Sunnyvale dropped out of the top 10 this week after taking their second loss on the season to Melissa. Kennedale is finally getting their season started as the Wildcats are one of the top teams in the state. 4-star safety J.D. Coffey is leading this Wildcat squad. Our game of the week is TC Cedar Hill taking on Malakoff. The Tigers are already 2-1 on the season, with wins against Knoxville Catholic and Cornerstone Christian. The reigning state champions are playing independently of any leagues and have a national schedule. Malakoff is 1-1 on the season after a big win against Van last week, 43-13. The Tigers are ranked 5th in the state. Some great football coming at you this week on Wingstop Inside High School Sports. You can catch highlights from these games Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5. Now let's see what Glen Rose quarterback Austin Worthen wants to put in our IHSS time capsule.
My most memorable moment in high school sports would probably have to be my sophomore year. I played inside wide receiver and weak safety. I started both ways. That team was filled with a bunch of talent, and some of my best friends I still talk to this day. We went 13-2. We went 13-2, and that was some of the most fun I've ever had, not just playing the game, but being surrounded by that group of people. Third round, we played Lubbock Estacado at Abilene Christian University, and that game had so much hype built around it. And that's the farthest Glen Rose's football program had ever gone, so that game meant a lot to us, and we ended up winning 34-28, I think. Or just to be able to say that you were on the team that went that far was just incredible to say. Then we went to the 4th round, and like the experience just keeps getting better and better. We get to go play Iowa Park at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. And that game obviously didn't end the way we wanted to, but just getting to go there and playing was just such a great time. And even though we lost, I learned a lot from it, and still have I made even better friends. And I'm just like the memories that were created, something I'll tell my kids, my grandchildren. It was just great. It was awesome. Never forget it.
Last week, we gave our MVP bobblehead to Billy Bowman Jr. Here on the warm-up, we are giving recognition to players and teams outside of football and basketball. This week, we introduce you to a rising star in the soccer ranks. 5-star athlete Trinity Byars is getting recognition for her amazing talents on the pitch. The senior forward plays for Solar Soccer Club and goes to the June Shelton School, where she was the Athlete of the Year in 2019. She is one of 2 5-star athletes on her select club who won the national championship last year and is committed to play at the University of Texas. Trinity plays on the U.S. national under-19 squad and is being compared to some of the greatest women in U.S. soccer history, like Mia Hamm and Abby Wambach. She is said to already be ready to play at the highest levels of women's soccer. Great things to come from Trinity in the future. Be on the lookout for it. Now it's time for our extra point. First up, can you name that thing?
Oh man, that's one of those little rip things, little rip spins, I think. I don't know what their names are.
Vacuum guns. Some Pokemon things that you roll out and they blast up.
Oh, that's a Beyblade. Yep.
Beyblades.
Those are Beyblades.
Blade.
Oh, word. Are these Beyblades?
Yeah.
Okay.
All too easy.
Some sort of dolls.
That's some kind of doll. I don't know what that's called.
What? These aren't Barbie dolls. What are these? Why I want to sassy something?
Just go.
No,
Keep going.
I'm skipping that one. I don't know.
Just Barbie dolls.
Barbie dolls. Barbie dolls.
I think these are Bratz dolls. I don't know.
Those are brass dolls. Yeah, my sister has some of those.
I have no clue. Purple stuffed animal.
Of stuffed animal.
I guess a doll. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, these were on commercials. Some like Puff something.
Oh, what's this dude called? Nope, I'm skipping. I don't know.
That's a Kirby, I think.
That's a Furby.
What's that? It's my Furby. We love you.
There he is. Football is finally here for all schools, and 5 and 6A got started on Monday. Here are some sights and sounds from day 1 of Texas high school football for them.
You better run. You better run. Run. Run.
Former Cedar Hill basketball star Joyner Holmes had quite the week on the WNBA court, winning Player of the Game and recording her first double-double with 13 points and 13 rebounds. That's all we have for this episode. Follow all of our Inside High School Sports social accounts to stay up to date on everything going on in the high school sports scene. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube that throughout the week will get you ready for the main event. Wingstop Inside High School Sports on NBC5 at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, hosted by Pat Doney. Thanks for watching The Warmup, presented by your local North Texas Geico agents in the Colony, Keller, Arlington, Plano, and Mesquite. To get more information or a quote, go to geico.com/DFW. I'm Ashley Bullington, and I hope you're ready for all the gridiron action.